I was exposed to porn in boarding school.
Oh,
I think I was about SS2 at the time.
okay.
But I mean,
Know what entered my head? It's just like saying, I senior you for porn. I was exposed to pornography at the age of 7, masturbation at 8. Before the age of 9, I had 100 and something porn magazines that had seen
You really senior me for porn.
The sexual curiosity had come down in age.
Okay.
Because of increase in sexualized content from very young age.
Okay. Once your child starts watching TV, I don't mean not that screen time. I mean, once they get to 6 months, that's how early you need to start preparing and guarding their mind against sexual perversion.
Yeah.
In today's episode, we'll be talking about sex, but not just sex for anybody, sex for children. How to help children navigate with sex while they are young, whether it's a boy child or a girl child. What's your role as a parent? So what you will learn today is what the society wants you to do, and what God wants you to do, and how best you can position to do what God has called you to do. So especially if you're a father, what's your role and responsibility in nurturing your children towards having a sexually pure experience as kids? How can you protect them? How can you help them understand what it is? And how can you help them navigate through their early childhood, preteens, teens, and until they become young adults? Is it even possible for your child to stay celibate until they get married? I'll let you answer that question in a moment. Do you think it's possible? I won't be doing this episode alone. I'll be doing it with my brother, my friend, a father, a coach, a author, a therapist, and it's particularly an expert when it comes to porn and sexual addiction recovery. Abibo, thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you so much, Ini, for inviting me.
I'll just let you give me a rundown of statistics based on what you do. Out of 1 to 10, how many children are into pornography as of today?
8+.
8+. Wow.
So these statistics might sound like, The reason is because when we talk about pornography, people just think it's intercourse.
Okay.
No, there are soft porn and hardcore porn.
Okay.
All right. So soft porn are the things that most of the celebrity sounds and songs sell out. The lyrics, they sell out. The videos where a girl is half naked and then she's not wearing braziers or pants, and you know what's happening in society today. Many of them are no longer wearing undies, and they say, oh, so this is also soft porn. And then some of them are also exposed even in their home. You know, a mother dressing before her 7-year-old son, you know, and saying, oh, it's my son. That's actually soft porn. It's happening. It's not the intercourse of porn, but these are activities because it's porn. Everything that exposes the child into sexual activities is already pornography. So then what about sounds? What about media? What about pictures? So you're saying my home is safe, all right? But you must check all the statistics around the environment, the school environment, where they school, their classmates and all of that. So I could say 8+ within a particular age. You know, those days, let me say why I said 8+, especially for children. I was exposed to pornography at the age of 7. Pornography magazine. But a boy told me who I know and said that if you watch more porn magazines and movies of white women, you get married to a white woman when you grow old. And you know, we were naive, and these people white, so you both won't marry you because we had a family who were white, and the way they respect them in church, the way to them. Look, I just felt like me, if I marry Igbo, everything will change. Even if it's not for me, for my children, share. So that was what that guy sold to me. And guess what? Before the age of 9, I had 100 and something porn magazines that I had seen. And then he exposed me to the video. So I struggled with it till 14 days after. I was still struggling. Even as a believer, I had these pictures. Now, that was then. And that time, you need to buy a CD, porn CD. They used to call it blue film, right? And then it will take you long to watch it. However, you have to sneak. Today, at a click, have you gone to a football site before? Not want to watch football, and guess what happens? And these people are curious, so they want to. That's why I said 8+. We've done the statistics. Porn industry has the 3rd richest economy. They are infiltrating almost every media system. So your child sometimes does not intentionally get into it. However, it sneaks to them in different ways. So when I say 8+, I know what I'm telling you. The statistics are real.
I'm sorry, I'm just laughing because this was supposed to be introduction. You have just entered inside the topic.
Sorry.
This was just supposed to
Sorry.
Please don't be scared. This is supposed to help you. You might hear all this like, so what do I do again? That's why we are in this episode.
I wanted to just explain Ace Clause. Forgive me.
So, yeah, we usually make it go raw and honest, but we try to ease you into the thing little by little. And people just went pop, 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 pop. But that's because that's what he does professionally, and this is what he's living and breathing. So he just has this data at his fingertip. But don't be scared. That's really what this episode is about. There's a way to navigate. Your child can be the 1+.
Yeah.
That is not into sex. Even more so, your child can now be the 1+ that will start pushing that statistics down even more because of right parenting. Because I mean, we all know the effects of porn. I was exposed to porn in boarding school. I think I was about SS2 at the time.
Okay.
But I mean,
you know what entered my head? It's just like saying, I see know you for porn. That's like the way, why I wanted to say that was because of House of Boys. When they are confused, they say,
I first you spoil.
Go ahead.
I bad pass you. I have more badge in being bad. I like to caress women than you.
So that's why I just...
And which is what the society does. And it's like a badge of honor for the male child.
Yeah.
So... and which is why I'm mentioning it. So it starts from this subtle societal pressure where you want to have hairs in your armpits quickly. You want to have hairs in your private parts quickly. Then there's the societal, not really in this society, this present age anymore, while we're growing up of, you can't touch a girl, you can't hold a girl. Now it's moving to this other part of the spectrum where it's like, you can say what you feel, say how you feel it. You feel like being a girl today, or do you want to be a boy tomorrow? In fact, you buy multiple clothes for the children. Like, we don't know the one they will have. Let me just pause it to tell you that no child comes predetermined with the gender they will want to have. They don't know. You will teach them. If you don't teach them, they will stay confused. But which is part of our jobs to help them see. And people have just gone so deep. He has even messed up my entire timeline conversation. I'm looking at where to pick up this conversation from.
I am sorry.
But so like you said, you notice that sexual conversation starts creeping in. So I'm just start from the basics. Once your child starts watching TV, I don't mean not that screen time. I mean, once they get to 6 months, that's how early you need to start preparing and guarding their mind against sexual perversion. Because it's in their cartoons already. It's in the animations they use to teach them ABCs. It's inside there already. So you have to find the right one that don't have this connection and play it. Even more so, you have to deliberately figure out that even if this producer of this content is saying ABC the way I want it, the life of the people that their face is showing in this video, are they living like that? You will need to cancel it if they're not living like that, because what will happen is that your children grow to like them as they are growing up. Those people begin to hold influence in the life of the children. If your children discover that, oh, this guy is gay, guess what? They begin to feel in their mind that being gay is not so bad. And this guy has a porn tape. Begin to feel like it's not so bad. Because if you are watching this now, you probably liked PDD. You liked his music, and now you're hearing molesting children, he's doing that. Whether you like it or not, it comes with mixed feeling. It comes with mixed feeling with R. Kelly. You might feel if you feel this way, but that mixed reaction is coming again. So you need to be able to deal with it from 6 months. From the cartoon, they can get exposed as early as 6 months. You need to also watch you were already pointing it out. What you wear in the house.
Yeah.
They begin to identify colors and shape 8 months plus thereabout. You need to stop walking naked in front of your children. Your nakedness is for your spouse, not for your children.
Yeah.
You need to stop walking naked in front of your children. They begin to see. You need to explain to them what their private parts are, what the breast is. So by the time they start moving to age 3, you start telling them, this is your laps.
Yeah.
You don't allow anybody to touch it apart from mommy or daddy.
Or supervised
medical person.
Yes.
Yeah. So they know that from age 3. So you start explaining, a boy has this part, a girl has this part. So what that does is that it reduces their need to want to explore.
Yeah.
You are the one who gave them the first information. So you subtly start moving to the age of 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
Start telling them about emotions.
Yeah.
They'll start having erections.
Yeah.
The guys start having erections. Did your father talk to you about erections?
Never.
So where did you learn about it from?
The truth is, I learned about it in a wrong way because I was very exposed to porn at 7, masturbation at 8. So pornography exposes you.
Were you ejaculating at 8?
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
It was that bad. Because when you start reading these
you really
things...
know me for porn.
So bad. It damaged a lot for me. In fact, I don't want to go to those. So you see, because I wasn't taught, and that's when you were talking, some of us look at it like safety for the child is not teaching the child. No, silence is destructive.
Yeah.
It's more damaging than even conversation. So I get a lot of people say, oh, don't talk about it. If you talk about it, they'll be curious. See, curiosity will always happen. The point is, unguarded curiosity is what causes negative exposures. Even those who have been guarded, sometimes they want to experiment.
Yeah.
And we cannot control some things. However, we have to educate them that even when they make choices that are not correct, we have to love them unconditionally because then they know, oh, this is not it. So my parents were right. I have to make better decisions. So practically, so many of these young people don't know about these things. Just like you're asking me. My dad didn't teach me. My mom didn't teach me. I got to learn it in the wrong place.
And because they live in a world that is technology-driven, you do not want AI to teach them.
I'm talking about 1990.
You don't want AI to teach them. In our world, they might be friends. In their world, it's going to be technology. You want to be the first person to... I just wanted to interject.
The law of first mention is very important. The law of first mention helps the children to know come to you when you should. You see, so many times, I don't know, but I find it difficult that adults talk about some things. Why some of us are even dying in adulthood, dying emotionally, is because when we're children, we did not have people to be vulnerable to. Judgment.
Yeah.
We are going to judge me and the rest of it. But when you do the law of first mention and you are open to have conversations, what happens is the child can experiment, but will come to you. When something is happening, they are coming to you.
And this is between, don't forget, this is between age 6 to
age
9.
5.
Age 5.
Let me factly say, the sexual curiosity had come down in age.
Okay.
Because of increase in sexualized content from very young age.
Okay.
So the possibility, I am saying that because some parents tell me and say, my son at 4 is having an erection for his younger sister.
Okay.
And you're wondering why. I said, okay, let's go back to...
Let me pause there. Let me pause there to say... I agree when you say the increased sexual content would increase the curiosity at earlier age. Yeah. But parents now, when the parents make a statement like he's having erection for the younger sister, the parents have already created a wrong mindset for the child.
Yes.
Because the child is only having erection.
Thank you. That's where I want.
That erection that he's having at that time does not come with emotions for the sister.
So the parents
have already put more into the situation that it's supposed to be.
So this is the point on that particular one. The parent was pointing that it only happens when his sister is there. And I said, when the sister is there doing what? He said naked before him. So you see, it's not his sister. It is that
it's nakedness.
A female.
The child man is still seeing black and white.
A female gender is naked. The pictures that they had, So when I interviewed through the boy, this was something that began to manifest because of what he was watching and the parents were not aware. So we're not saying that is up carpet, or we're saying for this particular thing, there were some things that triggered it, but that erection, like you said, was not particularly for his sister. It was for a gender based on what had happened in his programming.
Yeah.
All right, so very early age, but however, we need to, not only boys, but girls, some things happen, even if their own is not visible or physical, and we can't see it, but there are some things that begins to happen, butterfly crush. In fact, I'm working on some documents on crush, because who did you tell your first crush? Your parents?
My friends.
Your friends. Why didn't you tell your parents?
They will not understand.
They will not understand.
Oh, I didn't know they understood crush.
But you really believe they will not understand?
At the time, I believe they won't understand.
Because they had not started talking about it. So what they felt like, now this is where I'm coming to. When you feel you're not talking about it for the safety of the child is not also telling you when it's experimenting for the safety of you. So the child wants to be safe with you. You want to be safe with the child. Together, every safety is damaging the child.
Yeah.
So
people are playing ignorant of both sides.
And then the child is becoming...
There's a flip side where you are also getting the information and you don't know what to do with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have to seek, which is what this episode is helping you be more enlightened, seek professional help. Yeah. There's a way to have a conversation with a 4-year-old
child. Age-appropriate conversation on sex
but
matters.
You have to have it.
Yeah.
So you have to have it from 2 about their body parts and the difference with the body parts.
Yeah.
They can understand and communicate then.
Yeah.
You have to, of course, so we started from the early age, 6 months, you start guiding what they watch.
Yeah.
When they get to 2, you start talking first.
Yeah.
Start talking first. So we said, don't just guide what they watch, guide the people who are creating what they watch.
Yeah.
Because those people also hold influence in their life, knowingly or unknowingly.
Yeah.
Start getting them rules, body parts, start saying those things in those basic educative terms. You need to be able to remove emotions from that communication. You need to be able to say those things to your child without you attaching the emotions that come to you as an adult about it. You need to be able to say that. So from 4, you need to go deeper.
You know why you have to? You see, I've seen children who do not know, boys who don't know what they have is penis.
Wow.
They have many names to it. Tata, Epon, Egbule. And I'm asking, excuse me, when I say why are we not talking, showing? Say no. And some parents want schools. Please, don't say it before them. You're spoiling my child. And I say, no. Is this a body part? What is the name? Why can't a 4-year-old child know there is a penis? And then I run to you and say, Mommy, my penis. So I got to the family, and they were like, Mommy, my tata is doing me. I say, tata. I thought it's a baby. The way he pronounced it, like, it's tata. You know, so in some African place, they call a child tata. I said, you have another child? She said, no, that is his penis he's talking about. See,
and she would have lowered her voice.
Yes. No, she says, no, and his penis. So, and his penis is talking about. Go. I don't want you. I said, sorry, is it penis you are for? Let's leave that story. The point is, children need to know early. Body safety, body identity, private parts, public parts, what it is, what is not. Tell them. Don't describe. You know, that's when we talk about sex conversation, all right? We talk about talking without creating pictures that would increase their curiosity and get them the wrong way. Yeah. So I know that's what you're afraid of. Yeah. However, we are skilled to guide you on how to say.
You can actually get trained.
Yes. So that they will know. Because if you look at it. You're afraid. They're afraid. But it's happening. Where is the protection there? The answer is there's no protection. And if you don't start it early, guess what happens? They get to a point where when you start it like they are 7 and you start conversation, they're like, I don't even understand.
It becomes weird.
Because they've heard something. Yeah. They have a beliefs already. And then you're coming and they're like, which do I believe? Remember, they're forming some value system now from peers and parents. At 7, some children like to connect. There's this transition that happens. They were dependent on you till they are 6, 7. Within 7, 8, they're like, okay, my friend. So you see that pair, they are listening more to their pair. And when you have not built the foundation, you've not laid the foundation, what happens is what their peers tell them, they can't come back to you to talk about it. So there's no comparative reasoning. They just receive it. Then when you come later, they're like, some mom is saying, but I'm enjoying, because they are enjoying something right now. You want to stop their enjoyment, their pleasure. And their silence does not mean they are safe. So we need to have the conversation. And this conversation, let me establish too, is not for women alone. So here we have the problem again. And the men say, oh, the wife has to know. She has to tell them. I don't know how to say it. Both person have to be, because parenting is for both of us, all right? So our children need to have one voice in the two of us, where what dad is saying is what mom is saying. Both of them are together to help me learn sexual conversation the right way.
Amazing. So I'll just point out that also from the age 7, that's where they start getting wet dreams.
Yeah.
You want to explain to them what wet dreams are. You want to explain what the body system is doing. You want to explain what they are watching is playing out in their minds in the night. You want to explain how, the blood that becomes sperm needs to go out some way, somehow.
Yeah.
The women have menstruations.
Yeah.
The guys have wet dreams. You want to be able to understand that.
Yeah.
And if these things I'm saying you don't even understand it, voila, newsflash, you have work to do.
Yeah.
You need to go read up, understand it. You can ask questions. Abibo is a trained counselor in this field. You can reach out to him and get more information on that. But you need to understand what that is.
Yeah.
Because at that age, you want to now make sure that you are the safe place for them.
Yeah.
At that age. Because at that age, they're going to move into the teenage phase where they really now want to kick into experimenting.
Yeah.
They really now want to kick in. Their emotions will now be clouding their judgment more.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that they are touching base with you. I watched a movie during the week. I've watched that one episode for like 4 days now. I've not finished it. I don't know why. The movie is nice. I won't even mention the name of the movie, but there was this scene where the boy is 17, the girl is 18. They are both virgins. They met each other for 3 days. In the normal teenage sense, they are vibing. They're having a good time. And the boys begin to pick up signal that, they kissed the night before. So, of course, the boys not imagining that they will have sex very soon. Asking the male figure. So, again, you want to be the safe place that makes the information comes back to you. But that's not what I'm going to. I'm going to, with the way they painted sex, so they eventually got into a room and they're about to have sex. The male people had told the boy to be honest with the girl that is a virgin. So he played the honesty card. He didn't do a senior me, I get friends here. And the girl also said she was also a virgin. And they both said, really love each other. Okay, let's have sex. And they just have sex. And in the morning, they were all feeling good, they were all feeling nice. And I'm like, that's not how sex works, so. Are you sure you are virgin? Nothing is sweet the first day like that. There's a lot of discomfort. You don't know where what is working. You don't know what does what. So, if you had played the safety card for your child would have been able to come back to you and you would have been able to give them proper information. Are you going to do it in a dirty place? What if she bleeds? How are you going to hold yourself? What if she gets pregnant? What if, how are you going to do so all those? Because when they are now things, those things are not playing out in their head at that time. It's just the emotions. You would now have to be the logical voice of reasoning. But if you've not set this pattern since they were 6 months old, coming to 13, 14, 15, you're going to have a hard time. It's not saying that you can't start now.
Yeah.
You just need to be patient with the process when you start now. And at this age, you are really not just doing education. Again, you're adding education, emotion, and the consequences, because their emotions are kicking in now that they are teenagers. So how would you advise parents to have those conversations with teenagers at this point?
The first thing you need to do is build growing relationship with your children. You see, the relationship is not you're building because you want to have the conversation. Relationship is you're building it because they are your children, you are connecting, and to the point where they trust you enough that they can trust your judgment. Because if they can't trust your judgment, they think you are preventing them from doing what they should. Yes, not that you are protecting them. It's again back to the Garden of Eden. Satan came with a system that is preventing you from becoming wiser. He said, okay, let's try. And guess what happened? They lost what they had. So it's the same thing. You have to be that man, that woman, that father, that mother that shares with your children truly from the place of love, from the place of this is us. This is what happens. You show them the pros and the cons. You tell them, I understand. You will have feelings. You have to create conversation where they can even come. You know they get feeling. What thing they happen? You know, when I say this thing, people say, oh, are you trying to tell them? No, listen. Don't act like you are trying to defend. You are depriving them from being human. It's not blood, anointing oil that is running in their blood. They are complete humans. They are real. And if you don't make it so real like that, they will run away. 2, did you have an experience growing up? Even if you were a virgin till you got married, please, did you have emotions? Did you have crush? Did you have feelings? Can you share some of the experiences that happened in a safe way where they can learn from it? Because you see this point where many teenagers say, my parents are perfect. In fact, we talk with teenagers, just like you know. I have a parent, me, my father, is this, there's not, I can't say that kind of thing. I can't even say it in front of him. You know why? You were not vulnerable. You didn't tell them you were crushing on a girl. I tell a lot of young people how I almost became a father at the age of 14 because I was crushing on a girl. And the girl was pregnant, I didn't know. My friends lured me and said I must sleep with her. It was the Holy Spirit that helped me. I was not born again. But it just felt like the girl was smelling. But this is the neatest girl. This girl has swag. In fact, if you say girl where people, they rush. And then we were like, thank God, now you get them. You were no even, you know, bath where. But I didn't sleep with her. In fact, the girl used it against me. Only to realize that 3 months later, this girl was pregnant for somebody. She didn't know the exact person. They denied it. And these guys wanted me to sleep with her as an innocent Assemblies of God church boy so that I could become the father. So the question is, what would I have been doing as a 14-year-old father? Because I had emotions. My parents were not aware. In fact, maybe my mom or dad will be watching this right now. This will be the first time they hear. Peer pressure came in. And who were the responsible people that built connection with me at that point? There were none. Everybody was coming from if you touch a girl, she will get pregnant. See, that's the third thing now. Learn how to communicate these things the right way. See, what they used to say is a lie. I'll give you this particular one. They say this thing, if your boy touch you get pregnant. So there's this particular girl from the age of 11 or 12. The parents always took her for virginity test. And she's intact. But guess what? She has been having anal sex. And she has been using her mouth to, collect money from boys when she had this, how do you call it? Maybe I don't want to call the name. But it's blowjob, Yes. And this guy been doing it for 4 years. From when she was in JS2 till SS2.
She's a professional blower.
And they pay her. She's a pastor's child. Now, when I had the conversation with her, I asked her, did your parents say, they're always telling me, don't let the boy touch you. You're going to... So they take her to virginity test every year. She's a virgin, but she's a stupid virgin. She's a virgin, but she does not understand purity. How did she get involved? You mentioned something, that's why I want to get to that point. There's a celebrity she follows. Celebrity is a virgin. However, the celebrity had a private room, like a social media platform, where she was doing blowjobs for people and she collects money, where she's also having anal sex. But the celebrity is a virgin. Celebrity knows how to sing, how to dance, very decent. She's not nude. But what was she doing in the secret? And virgins have always shared with them, look, you can be a virgin. Virginity you're giving as a gift for your husband. Share with the share, give virginity for your husband. You are giving this side for the husband. But what about the other side? So she had that relationship with she had not seen the celebrity, but that influence, all right? To the point where she believed that person more. Where was the parent? Don't have sex. When they see her, the boy, come up your hand. You want to spoil? Newsflash. The boy that is holding your daughter's hand in church is not the one that might even lead them astray. It's the one that you're not seeing. That guy that she has feelings for. Fourth thing I would say, because it's very important. Conversations, again. Talk with them. What's happening? You are 12. No boy is telling you something in class. They'll be shy at the beginning. Nobody. No, calm down. Let's talk. Me, I be your mother. When I did 12, boys, they rush me. I born fine pikin. When you do that, you know what happened? You are bringing your daughter to the point where she's seeing it like, hey, now I understand. My mommy understands this thing. I have buttocks, I have breasts, I have fine face. Guys will chike me. So for that reason, what's happening? I am vulnerable. Same with the guys. So when you do this way, do you know what happens? Your son, your daughter begins to see that, oh, she's in our world, all right? She's not out of our world. She's in touch with us. I am in a safe space. She wants me to be open, and she's open to me. Guess what happens? There's that change in belief, change in attitude, change in system, and they will open up to you. Finally, they need the right kind of books, the right kind of mentorship, the right kind of programs. I have a friend, Ibelema Green. She does a lot with the girls because they are open. We also run a lot with the boys, and you can have other mentors around where they can have that connection because they are called parenting partners with you. You can't do it alone. No. Sometimes you are afraid, but you need help. So that help is what will guide them. But please, don't leave it to the wrong persons, because if you're not having the conversations, they are receiving the information. The question is, who is giving them information and how will this save them? And when the consequences happen, you can't say it's their choice. No, they are under 18 in Nigeria, so you are responsible for them. And you have to bear some consequences with them. So start the conversation. Start it with skill. If you don't have the skill, we are there to help you.
Should we close now? It feels like he has nailed all the points you need to know. I'm just going to add that your children need to know that you're having sex. Your children need to know that you, the parent, you have sex. And they need to know as early as 5, 6, 7. They need to know that mommy and daddy have sex. They need to know where babies come from.
From the mouth. Like a mother really told a child, no, this is not a joke. How babies come from? We pray and the Lord gives us baby. Does the baby come from the mouth? Yes. That's yes.
It's you are building distrust at this early age. So is your 7, 8, 5, 6. In fact, now we've taken it down to 4. You need to know where babies come from. They need to know you have sex with your husband. They need to know that you are having sex because you are married. I don't worry, at that point, a lot of emotions are not kicking into their brain yet. When they get to 13, you now start helping them navigate. They need to know why they need to learn self-control.
Yeah.
You need to explain to them how you have used self-control in the past. If you didn't use self-control and you were sleeping around before you got married, to explain to them what those consequences happen to. But it needs to be safe.
Yeah.
It needs to be in a trusted, vulnerable environment.
Yeah.
You need to stop trying to let them live your life through them.
Yeah.
So you want to use their life to correct their past.
Yeah.
You put in so much pressure that they will resist your information. So you want to be able to nurture them right and coach them with your experience, but allow them create and have theirs.
Yeah.
So one of the reasons why you're afraid of, giving them all the information is that you're scared that they may take it and they may go and hurt themselves. And you love them, but get it. But you want to get them to be safe. And another thing is you also realize that a lot of parents don't know this part. Now when they start getting to 19, 20, you are supposed to teach them how to have sex. A lot of parents.
Hallelujah.
You're supposed to teach them. It's part of what you help them prepare to for marriage. I know. I can just imagine how your eye just went boom, boom, boom on the screen.
Not because I don't know.
No, you're I'm looking at my audience. Okay. I can feel you say, what?
He did not say you have to tell them to have sex.
You have to teach them. You have to teach them.
Father.
You have to teach them so they know what to do. They know how to do it. They know where they're supposed to use to do it. So they have to know. They have to know which body parts is allowed to do it with and how.
In marriage.
You can't just. Someone say, no, who taught Adam and Eve? Adam and Eve were adults. God taught them. They have to know. In fact, I was reading that the Jewish early culture, I can't remember the tribe, but what happens is when you get on your wedding night, they pitch a tent outside for all the family members, young, old, everybody.
Yeah.
They'll be outside, they'll be doing a bonfire, eating and celebrating. You take your wife inside.
Yes.
You have sex with her. She moans and she screams. You have pleasure. Then you throw out the white sheets with blood. And everybody go, yeah!
It has happened.
They've broken through.
Yeah.
That's how sex was. I don't know if it's still celebrated like that now, but that's how, you've made sex to be this mysterious, secretive thing. And that's very thing you are making to look like that's what is driving their curiosity to go and explore.
And here's the problem too. We're saying we don't teach them so that they'll not experiment. So some virgins don't even know how to have sex after marriage because they were also not taught. And you see that point where you say, oh, no, be a virgin, but learn it. Learn it to use it in your marriage so that you can enjoy sex in marriage and not enjoy it or get burnt. What Ini is saying for some persons truly is like a taboo, or why did I even get into this channel? Well, it might not resonate with you because it's not what you were taught. However, as someone who understands, they are learning in a very wrong way, and they're not learning the how from you, and they don't. Let's give to this sex hygiene self if we want to talk about that when they even get married.
Everybody is so
even
big
before
on
they
sex
get
hygiene.
married.
Please go on.
Sorry. Okay, I will not talk about sex hygiene.
You already know bad experiences before.
But let's no, it's not bad experiences per se. But some issues that are happening currently with some of our people that are not having sex, but they're having sexual activities, like kiss now. The saliva gland transfusion, this hepatitis B. I have young people who are struggling with that ailment now. And as they say, but we didn't have sex now. I say, you don't know how dangerous that's why, I started a conversation with people on this thing called kiss.
Yeah, and sex involves everything. Thank you for mentioning kissing.
Yes.
Kissing, caressing, blowjobs, sexing, first base, smooshing, humping, what's it called? Butthole.
I thought I was trying to talk something.
Licking.
Before I know, they have...
This is not how you say it to your children. I'm saying it because you're the one listening to it. This is not
but I have to point that because...
But you need to explain.
Some people don't even know the infections that happen because of some of these things. Like he was saying, you're kissing somebody, you don't know infections that are there. You don't even know. There's no... Let me sincerely say, the first time I even had this thing, sincerely speaking, fornication, intercourse, we did a test.
Before you had it?
Yes.
Why?
Because I learned some things about hygiene. This thing hygiene is not now. And I even when I was fornicating, sincerely,
people don't want to die.
It is that somebody told me once that you want to commit sin, but you don't want to die in the sin. It's that bad that I've had two persons before I even got married that said died because of some of these things. Infection. Yeah. It's not HIV/AIDS, though. Because people say that's the father of them all. No, that's the pikin. There are things that kills faster than that thing. However, we're saying we need to teach them health. We need to teach them all of these things. Not because we want them to go have it. It's because we want to protect them even when they are married and they are having it. They have it right and they are not destroyed by the good thing they're supposed to enjoy. Yeah,
it's very important that you do that and you help them guide that. It's important that because it's important that they know that sexuality is part of their identity.
Yes, sir.
So you don't just separate it from childhood, then suddenly want to infuse it when they're adults. And you tell them you go and learn it by yourself. So just because you learned it by yourself, that's why we are parents. Our children are supposed to climb from where we stopped. Yeah. So you don't allow them go back to the drawing board from the beginning. You help them push further. We didn't learn it right.
Yeah.
We're saying they should learn it right because they had you as a parent or they have you as a parent, as the case may be. So you want to give them that information. You want to help them know what God's standards are. You know, if you didn't stay celibate before you got married, you know with experience why God wanted you to stay celibate.
Yeah.
Use it to teach them.
Yeah.
That's not what we're teaching right now. If you stay celibate before you got married, you know with experience what that is bringing into the marriage table for you. Use that to teach them. Yeah. But let it be part of their identity. Let them understand what God's standard is. Why those emotions are there when they become 13, 12. If God didn't want them to have sex, why did he make them feel like that? You need to help them explain it.
Yes.
You can come and get information from my people in class or Belema or me. You get everything in one podcast. But go and learn.
But you need to learn.
The point is go and learn.
Some people will tell their children, pray to God that He should take away emotion till you are ready for marriage.
They can't pray the way.
And some people have lied to us that they prayed it out.
Yeah, they can't pray
Let's
the
leave
way.
it.
They can't pray the way. They can't. You can pray and God will give you the ability to, of course, control it, because self-control is the fruit of the Spirit. The reason why you have self-control is because yourself wanted to miscontrol.
Thank you.
So self-control will not help you control it. So you help them grow it. You can't avoid it. It's not part of the script that God designed. And you want, so if you're a father, you want to also have those conversations, like people said, with your wife. And you people want to also have separate private times.
Yeah.
So there are times where you have it together with the kids.
Yeah.
There are times where you do one-on-one. Your wife will do a one-on-one. You do your one-on-one.
Yeah.
You won't have that conversation. You want to take your male child on walks or drives or times of discussion. You want to tell them about what's going on in their mind, about their emotion, about what's going on. Then you want your wife to do so for the girl. But you also want to take your girl out to let her know, this is what a man is supposed to do for you. This is how a man is supposed to treat you. Not when he wants to woo you, but when he's married to you. But you see all this thing I'm saying, you go hard if you're not doing it yourself. And that's why parenting is so demanding and challenging for people, because they are trying to give what they are not. So it's difficult to communicate or lead or teach somebody what you are not living. So you have to live the standard of taking care of the mother rights, being available for the children, so they can see a model, but not a perfect model, because you are not perfect.
We would not be perfect.
So you have to let them know that they don't use you as a standard for who they'll marry, but as a model of things they want to see and expect. Because sometimes you also have to be aware, and I like saying this, that they might make mistakes. They might make private mistakes. Sometimes they can make public mistakes. You know, the mistakes can be so loud and you'll be like, what have I done wrong? After all I've done. You people told me in podcasts to tell them from 6 months. I told them till 6 months. Now they are 13. Now they have carried belly. Or now they have disease. Where the hepatitis come from? Again, what God owes you accountable to is to train them.
Yeah.
What God owes them accountable to is to use the training. There's something called free will.
Yeah.
But however, it is your job to train and lead and nurture. And when they make those mistakes, you are still the parents.
When they make those mistakes, they shouldn't run from you. You see, one of the report card that you get to write is, when they make mistakes, what do you do?
Yeah.
Do they run from you or run to you?
Run back to you.
When you catch them, how do you respond? Do you react or relate? These are part of the things we need to reconsider, even on our journey to teaching them.
Yeah.
Because, look, after teaching us, did we fail or not?
We're still learning as we go.
They taught you maths in class.
Yeah. Even the professionals are still learning.
Did you ever fail any maths subject?
Yeah.
What did they do? It's called what? Correction. What's the name now? I've forgotten the name they call it, but those days we used to call it correction. It means you failed. Let's correct what you did so you can get it better. And guess what? The next time you do that subject, you got it right. That's what they did. If the teacher just flogged you and sent you away and say, you're stupid after teaching you, guess what happens? You still don't know it. And because you don't know it, you would not pass it.
Yeah.
So we must build that relationship, that connection, and we must have the conversation.
Yeah. And if you're tired, you're saying you're afraid, you're feeling unsure, you're listening right now, I'd like to encourage you to tell you that your children don't need you to be perfect. They actually just need you to be present. The children need to know that you are honest, you are trying, you are building. You need to build consistently, not for fear. Like that you need to start that conversation today. Today. If you're not yet married, have it with the person you want to get married to. If you don't have a child yet, start having it with your spouse now. That conversation may look awkward at the beginning. Don't worry. See the way I'm saying, blue job, butt job, this one, that one, first base, something. I learned it. It used to come out from my mouth like that easily. I learned it. I needed to have conversations, and so I needed to say the right words within the right context. So it may feel awkward sometimes. We're not different because we came like this. We learned it, and so can you. So set time apart this week to talk to your kids about their identity, about their sexuality, about their purpose. Apologize to them if you need to be. Apologize to them that, you did not tell them since. Apologize to them. It opens the door for vulnerability and honesty, because our children don't need rules and more rules. They need your voice, they need your presence, they need your truth. But they most importantly need the truth of God to run their life and the love and discipline of a father. So don't do it alone. If you are even married and a spouse is not available, get mentors. It takes a village indeed to raise a child. Talk to people, to be voices where you need to have echoes in their head for them, because all of this is your responsibility for parenting. I don't know if our final words for our people before we go.
Fear not, for I am with you.
Says the Lord.
Learning is a journey. God will not come and teach your children. He has sent us together. We'll raise them the right way. Thank you.
All right, that's all we can take from now. We'll look forward to your comments, your share, your like. Please comment on the comment section. Let's get your feedback. And if you need more insight from parenting, please can reach Abibo. You can reach me or connect you to Abibo. Or you just need a guiding map towards your journey. Stay hooked to this channel. You get more information. See you at the next episode. Bye-bye for now.